Hello, fellow Minecrafters. Gearsaw Studios here. Today, I'm going to be showing off 22w15a, where they have changed the menu panorama and given the Warden a freaky new ranged attack. However, before I begin, remember, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. So, with that, let's investigate. So, here we are at the changelogs, and we can see the Warden now has a new attack, a sonic boom. So yeah, the Warden just really has a new attack, and that's the biggest thing. However, we can't forget the other smaller changes. So, of course, the Warden ranged attack. Building up high, hiding behind walls, or literally just being out of range of the Warden is just now impossible, because the Warden will now switch to their ranged attack, where their rib cages will open up and unleash a sonic boom that pierces blocks. Which means, yeah, you're dead. Yeah, there's quite honestly no way to escape this monster, it seems. So yeah, don't get the Warden angry. It's a death sentence now. Along with that, there's two advancements, Sneak 100, I get the reference, where if you sneak near a Skulk Sensor, or Warden, or a Skulk Streaker for some reason, then you get Sneak 100. And also, getting all three frog variants on a lead will get you when the squad hops into town. Honestly, I think there's too many frog-related advancements, because they're really not that big of a mob. They eat slimes, they make frog lights, and that's about it. So, I think it's getting a little excessive on the frog advancements. But besides that, added darkness effect to How Did We Get Here, which means you now have to set this up in the deep dark or bring a warden to your station, which is just making this advancement 10 times harder. Along with that, OAs now have a health regeneration of 1 heart per second. Of course, the panorama was updated. I was getting kind of sick of the old one anyways, with that unlimited chunk. Tall mangroves are more common, and moss carpet generates on mangrove trees' roots. Wandering Trader now provides propagules for sale. The note block change has thankfully been reverted, so now it's not going to be super musical when you open your piston door. Warden Sniffy from farther away, and the vertical range of wardens have been increased, but only their sniffing, not their actual attack. So, changes to vibrations. Carpets like wool blocks will now dampen the vibrations, and carpets will also dampen the vibrations of running over them. Also, there's a ton of technical changes and bug fixes. So, you can pause the video if you want to see them, but overall, not too important in terms of bug changes. One of the biggest changes is with the Mangrove Swamp, besides the Warden's sonic boom. Because we can see the trees are now taller, there's tropical fish, which wasn't mentioned in the changelogs, but pretty nice. Mangrove leaves texture has been changed. It looks better now. It was originally a little too line-like. And the mud goes deeper, because we can see over here where it goes up this strange mountain thing, although it doesn't completely penetrate the terrain. It's still much better because there's no longer dirt under it. It goes straight to stone now, which means in normal climates, this will look a lot better as a biome. Unfortunately, the normal swamp still has not been changed, which they should really get to doing. Also, don't forget about the moss carpets generating on the mangrove tree's roots, which means a new way to get this stuff is here. Now, the part we've just been waiting for about 5 minutes, the Warden's ranged attack. Right off the bat, you can't really see anything at first, because it's not using it. However, if I go all the way up here, and you can see it gave me darkness, which by the way saves now. But the Warden is now starting to get angry, but if I hit it, now you can see it's actually angry. And I got the Sneak 100 advancement. But it can't get me right now. So, real quick, I'm going to put myself in a shorter area. Oh no, it just used it. And just like that, I've been blasted. And this is on normal mode. And I took well, a lot of damage. 15 hearts, which means, yeah, it's incredibly strong as well. So you only have a finite amount of time to get away from this guy before he starts using it. Because after about 10 seconds, he's gonna just start opening up his ribcage and sonic booming you. For our next experiment with this ranged attack, we're going to be testing if shields can block it. Because quite honestly, it's very strong. So, we need to first test if it's feasible to block. So that way, there might be one way we can escape it. So, it's currently out of sight, so might as well just constantly block. Because you never know when it's going to use it. So, it makes a Warden charge, and it disables your shield, along with dealing a significant amount of damage. So, you can't continually block it, but it deals a lot of damage to your shield. So, it's not a very good idea. So, just like that, we can see it opened its ribcage, and overall, yeah, it's going to be very hard to dodge this, because it has a cool animation, and, well, he just fires the attack, and there's not much you can do about it, and eventually it will break your shield. So you're going to have to mine, block, if you're going to get it. Since it was so dark, we couldn't get an accurate representation of what the animation was. So I've gotten this nice snow golem to be my pet summon. So, just like that. Yeah, the animation is just very cool in general. It opens up its ribcage and it just blasts you into tomorrow, just like its melee attack does. And I can assume it will deal about 20 hearts of damage on hard. So slightly less than its melee, but still quite awful to deal with. Now, if that wasn't enough to convince you of the power of this attack, we need to see the engagement between a Warden and a Wither. Because most of the time the Warden wouldn't unless you're outside. However, with this ranged attack, if we summon a Wither, and the Warden's not dead anymore, so yeah, we'll have a proper battle with them. Because the Warden well, see, it's gonna be very long. But overall, the Warden just has a much better chance of it because now it has range and attack with during its first phase. So, it's quite apparent the Warden still wins. So, the Wither, it has a new bow on the wings, because if you can just summon a Warden, summon the Wither, run off, the Warden's gonna win. So, if in this scenario you can sneak past the Warden and get the Nether Star, this is a much better solution to deal with the Wither. Rather than just fighting underground, let it fight the Warden, and see how that goes. Because it has the ranged attack, and it absolutely decimates phase 2 with its insane melee. Now, regarding the OA, they've made it, well, more durable. An issue where they just kind of die, well, that's resolved now. Which means, if you hit it, they actually regenerate that health back over time, at a rate of 1 heart per second. Which means it's pretty hard to kill these guys. So, in case they work near lava, it's going to be a lot less likely to lose them, because they're just simply more durable to attacks. Because this should have killed it by now. However, the regeneration has allowed it to just heal its health back, which means it's just a lot more durable, which means there is an issue where you could literally just not have a tool strong enough to kill it away. However, killing it away is questionable in the first place. So, just like that, you can kill it if you have an axe, but punching it does not work anymore. So, overall, very good change, because the OAs are now harder to kill. Now, for the final significant change of the snapshot, besides old gameplay tweaks, such as composting mangrove roots and stuff, we have the squad in town achievement, which I cannot necessarily remember the name of. However, what you have to do is weed all 3 frogs at once. So you're going to need a normal frog, cold frog, and hot frog. However, you don't have to do them all at once, it seems. So if I weed this one, then go into my advancements, we can see I have 1 out of 3. And if I unweed it, it remains, which means just do them over time. So you don't have to do the entire thing at once. So, with that froggy business out of the way, it's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, remember, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. So, with that, take care. Be careful of the warden. Now it's like actually impossible. Gearsaw out.